Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we will discuss about reduction of the metal oxides into metal. Okay, so this one is the second step of extraction of the crude metal from the concentrated ores. So the first step, that means conversion of ores into metal oxides by calcination and roasting, is already done, and I have shown it in my previous video. I hope you have seen it. Now we will discuss about reduction of that metal oxides into its corresponding metal. So we all know that reduction means addition of electrons. So a common term we can use for that one is electronation. Okay, and the choice of the reducing agent actually depends on the reactivity of the metal. So whenever we are talking about the reactivity of the metal, how can we forget the electrochemical series? So electrochemical series is nothing but the half cells arranged in increasing order of their standard electrode potential from top to bottom, and we get a series. Okay, so this series is commonly known as electrochemical series. So here I am going to write it. I will not write the half cells, only I will write the symbols of the metals from top to bottom. At first lithium, then potassium, calcium, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, chromium, then iron, nickel, tin, then lead, then hydrogen. We all know that hydrogen is not a metal, right? But this is included in the electrochemical series of the metals because the standard reduction potential of H plus to half H2 is taken to be 0. So standard reduction potential of this one is taken to be 0. Then comes copper, silver and gold. Okay, so what is the significance of the series? So this is taken to be 0, I have told you. So as we move from top to bottom of the electrochemical series, so the standard reduction potential gradually increases in this direction. Okay, that means what? The metals which are at the bottom of the electrochemical series have a higher tendency to get reduced. Similarly, in other words, we can say that as we move upwards, they have a tendency to get oxidized. That means they can act as reducing agents. And there is another significance also. A metal having a higher position in electrochemical series can displace any other metal below it because they have reducing tendency. Okay, the standard electrode potential of the metal towards the bottom are higher, so the ions of these metals are easily reduced, but the metals occupying higher position in electrochemical series are easily oxidized because of their lower standard reduction potential, or you can say that they have higher oxidation potential. For example, let us take iron and copper. So iron lies above copper in electrochemical series. So if we react iron and copper sulfate, what will happen? So copper has higher reduction potential, right? Higher standard reduction potential than iron. So copper will get easily reduced by iron. So here the oxidation state of iron is 0 because it is not attached with anything else. But here sulfate means sulfate 2 minus, right? So copper is plus 2, and after reaction we will get FeSO4 plus copper metal. That means here copper is 0. That means from plus 2 to 0. That means here reduction, and here oxidation. That means you can see that copper is easily reduced with copper sulfate is easily reduced with iron, but the reverse cannot be done because iron has lesser tendency towards reduction. Okay, So now let's discuss about the general process of reduction of the metals. So up to aluminium, they are highly reactive metals. Okay, they are highly electropositive, we can write. So they are highly electropositive metals, and they have had tendency to donate electrons, and they are very reactive. They do not exist in free state, and as their oxides are very stable, they cannot be extracted by any reducing agents like carbon or carbon monoxide, but they are usually extracted by electrolysis. Okay, electrolysis or electrolytic reduction procedure. But keep it in mind, electrolysis has to be done in the molten state of their salts, their chlorides or hydroxide, but not in solution state, because in solution state we will also have H plus ion. You can see that hydrogen lies below them in electrochemical series, so their standard reduction potential of hydrogen is greater than them. So hydrogen will be easily reduced and we will get hydrogen gas in cathode instead of this metals. Okay, so electrolysis has to be done in their molten state. Then next batch is from zinc to copper. They are less reactive. They are less reactive compared to the former batch, and they have less tendency to donate electrons, and are moderately reactive, and they do not exist in free state, and their oxides are less stable. So their carbonate and sulfide ores are first converted to their oxides by calcination and roasting, as I have shown in my previous video. Okay, so they are reduced by carbon or carbon monoxide. So generally I will write carbon reduction. So we will talk about carbon reduction later on. Next is silver and gold. They are least reactive. Okay, least reactive they are, and they have a much lower tendency to donate electrons, although they exist in free state. They are mainly found in their combined form, and their oxides are least stable, so they are easily converted into their corresponding metals by heating their oxides. So only by heating we can get this silver and gold from their oxides. Okay, so now we will talk about carbon reduction. So what is that? The oxides of less electropositive metals, like from zinc to copper, that possesses a less tendency to combine with oxygen compared to carbon. So they are reduced by carbon reduction process, and coke is here the reducing agent, and this process is done in a special furnace, and this process is also known as smelting. Okay, smelting. Now I will write the general equation for this process: mxoy plus yc. That can be 1, 2, 3, whatever, that changes according to the metal. So the metal will be reduced, along with that we will have carbon monoxide. Okay, so here I will show you one example of it, like Fe2O3. Here x is 2, y is 3, so we have to take 3C. So 2Fe plus 3CO is formed. Okay, so as we know that CO or carbon monoxide can also act as a reducing agent, and itself will be oxidized to carbon dioxide, so it can be used for reduction of another molecule of Fe2O3 or ferric oxide. Okay, 3CO, so it will be converted to the metal and 3CO2. But a problem is there, because oxides of some metals like chromium, manganese, titanium, molybdenum, they cannot be completely reduced to the respective metals by carbon because they form very stable metallic carbides at high temperature, and hence carbon reduction process for them is not suitable or is not applicable for them. So another process for that is Goldsmith Thermit process. Okay, so in this process one less electropositive metal oxide is reduced with a highly electropositive metal. Okay, for example we can do it with aluminium powder. Okay, as you can see in the electrochemical series, aluminium is in the batch of highly electropositive metals. So with aluminium powder we can do it. Suppose the oxide is chromium oxide. So if we heat it with aluminium powder, so we can get chromium metal along with Al2O3. Similarly, Fe2O3 can also be reduced with aluminium powder. In heating condition we will get iron plus Al2O3. Okay, so this molten iron which is obtained in this thermit process is used in welding purpose. Okay, and 3:1 mixture of Fe2O3 and aluminium powder is known as thermit mixture. So in many question papers you can find a question like this, what is thermit mixture? So this is the answer, that means 3:1 mixture of Fe2O3 and aluminium powder is known as thermit mixture. Okay, so some less electropositive metals like copper, lead, mercury, they are extracted from their sulfide ores by self reduction process also. So what is that? Suppose we have copper glans, that means Cu2s, right? So this is self reduction. We have copper glans, so at first it has to be oxidized, right? So after that we will get cuprous oxide. Why cuprous? Because oxide is 2 minus and 1 for each copper atom, so plus 1. So this is cuprous oxide, and with liberation of sulfur dioxide gas. Okay, so this cuprous oxide will react with another molecule of cuprous sulfide or copper glans, Cu2s plus Cu2O. We will get copper along with sulfur dioxide. Well, this is not balanced, I have to balance it. Sulfur dioxide, so at least 2 I have to put over here, so this one will be 6, right? After heating, this produces copper metal. So in this process by self reduction, copper sulfide is reduced to metallic copper. Okay, so this is all about reduction procedure, and the metals can be extracted by this different kinds of reduction procedure from their oxides.